You guys can fight me on this, but this is the best Superman figure so far. Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime back for another Diamond Select Toys action figure review, and today we're going to be looking at the Diamond Select Iron Giant figure. And, yeah, let's just get right on into the review. And, well, actually, one thing I did want to mention, this was one of my, and if not the number one favorite animated movie that I absolutely adore, and so I had to pick up this figure, and I'll at least say this figure doesn't disappoint. But anyway, let's just get right on into the review. Just giving a brief look at the packaging here. It says the Iron Giant right here, and it mentions the Iron Giant collector's action figure with light up eyes. He's got the Select logo. He's got a nice little image of him right there. Nice big open window showcasing the figure inside, though if we want to save more money on these figures, I might have to cut down the cost on this packaging here. And here on the back, you got a nice obligatory product shot of the Iron Giant right there, and it's got a little bio right here. And it just says, the action figure of the Iron Giant is based on his appearance in the 1999 film of the same name and has over 16 points of articulation. It features light-up eyes and includes multiple interchangeable parts. Batteries included. Very nice of them. And as you can see, there's the Diamond Select Toys logo and all of the Warner Brothers and all this nice stuff. And then here on the side just says the Iron Giant again. So very nice, very basic Diamond Select Toys packaging. But anyway, let's just get into the figure. And here's taking a look at the Iron Giant's accessories. He comes with the Superman S and a bunch of hands and a tiny little Hogarth minifigure. In the packaging, this guy comes with a pair of fists, a pair of grabby hands, and a pair of relaxed hands, or as I like to think of them, karate chop hands. Hi-ya! You can also have him recreating this pose. You can also use these hands to have him hold the little Hogarth minifigure. And here is the little Hogarth minifigure, or as he's also known by, Choking Hazard. And Hogarth features a tiny little screw on the bottom of his ass. And funny enough, there is a tiny little magnet hidden here on the Iron Giant's shoulder, and you can actually magnetize little Hogarth there on his shoulder. So you can kind of recreate this kind of sitting pose for him like that. And that's a nice look. And then finally, the Iron Giant comes with his iconic S logo that came from that one billboard thing in the junkyard. And to attach it onto his chest, it's got these little clips right here and a little dent right there. That's to accommodate to this little part right here. So the way how you want to do that, you want to have this top part clip onto that edge right there, and then this bottom clip will just simply clip right onto there, and it holds on to him pretty well. And yeah, that's another pretty nice look. There is one last feature I did also want to mention. The Iron Giant does have this little switch back here, and I'm sure you saw it mentioned on the packaging before, but the Iron Giant does also feature he does feature some light up eyes, and those are actually pretty bright. Very nice looking accessory. The only problem is the backlighting is quite bright, and also you can kind of see it through his head, but honestly, it's just really cool that they even included this for a figure of this price. This is a nice little feature here. And with the lights on, you can't even tell that the eyes are even lit up, so I usually just leave them off whenever I'm inside the light. But anyway, taking a look at some of the up-close details on the Iron Giant, the head sculpt actually looks really good. It actually packs a lot of character into it and a lot of personality, even without having interchangeable faces. And another thing that also brings out more expressiveness, this kind of spoils the articulation a little bit, but he does have an opening mouth, and I don't know why, but just that tiny little hinge joint just allows for this guy to have so much personality in that face. But yeah, very nice little head sculpture that he also has the little dent in his forehead. Here on the chest, he's got all the rivets and bolts and everything. And I like how he's detailed, but also not overly detailed. He's definitely accurate to the cartoon. Lots of nice mechanical components and rivets and detail going all throughout the figure. He's even got some detail on the bottom of the feet. And then back here, you can see he's got like some piston detail. Very nice paint apps. Again, very nice rivets and bolts. And yeah, that little battery panel thing does kind of stand out, but honestly, it doesn't bug me that much because I feel like the light up feature is pretty worth it for it. Like if having this here is what it costs to have a light up feature, I'd say it's pretty worth it. Going over his articulation, he has a very limited ball joint at the head that doesn't really pivot, but he can rotate all around, even with the light up feature in there, and then he can look up and down. Previously mentioned hinge joint at the mouth. The shoulders can rotate a full 360. They can move in and out on a soft ratchet. He does get a bicep swivel. He also has a swivel right here. Bend at the elbow, which bends at 90 degrees. All the wrists can rotate and hinge up and down. Diaphragm joint, which acts as a waist swivel, diaphragm pivot, and an ab crunch and an arcing, not really much arcing back, but a lot of crunch. The hips can kick forward that far, they can kick back that far. Not really that much in and out. Would have liked for this to go out more, but whatever. And then he doesn't have a thigh swivel, but he does have a bend at the knee and a swivel right here at the shin. And then his ankle can move up and down, and as you move that, there's a little piston at his ankle. So that's some nice articulation on a figure of this size. And speaking of size, getting into the size comparisons, here is the Iron Giant with the only other Diamond Select Toys figure I have. The Marvel Selects Taskmaster. And Taskmaster is in the 7-inch scale, and as you can see, the Iron Giant here stands at more like, I believe on the packaging or in the product description, it said he stood at 9 inches tall. So he's a pretty sizable figure, even with him having a few thinner limbs. I do like how the size on this figure came out. And that is basically it for the Diamond Select Toys Iron Giant figure. And yeah, he's a pretty good figure. I like the amount of detail. I would have wished that he came with maybe like a grinded up piece of metal these hands could grab, or something like that, and just kind of make him look like he's eating on some metal, even if it was like a little piece of tin, or I don't know. I'm sure I could find something around the house that he could just chew on. And then I like the amount of articulation. I would have liked for his legs to kick out a little bit more, or even have some ankle pivot, or maybe have a proper thigh swivel. I don't know. I just wish his legs had just a tiny bit more posability. But yeah, I like how he comes with a lot of interchangeable hands. I like the little S to put on his chest and little Hogarth. And that's a nice little feature of having the magnet on his shoulder. And the light up eyes just do a lot for this figure. I don't know if you can tell if they're lit up or not, but they are on. And yeah, I do like the figure quite a bit. If I had to give this figure a rating, I would give him a solid 9 out of 10. My only complaint is I wish the legs were just more articulated. But yeah, I really do like this guy. He was only like $30 on Big Bad Toy Store, and so far with everything you get and the size of the figure, I'd say he's really well worth it. So anyway, that's it for this review. If you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to give me a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and comment down below what you guys thought. And I'll catch you guys next time.